Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be talking about the Palletized Load System from the United States Army, the Army's truck freighting system. Please remember to like and subscribe. Alright, let's get into it. Fact 1. Variety of load types. Despite the name Palletized Load System, this type of trucks doesn't just carry pallets. Because these trucks perform a very critical role of loading logistics and supplies for the United States Army, it really transports intermodal containers rather than pallets. The pallets could be loaded into the containers, but generally these trucks carry 20-foot containers that we'll get into later, and then it can also load all types of supplies. In the Army, it's considered any type of supply such as rations, food, clothing, oil equipment, construction equipment, ammunition, personal items, major items such as launchers, tanks, medical supplies, and so forth. And so you can see it is a very useful trucking system, especially designed for the US Army, so that they don't need to actually hire contractors to transport their cargo. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Fact 2. 36,000 pounds of payload. These trucks are designed to haul containers loaded with supplies for the United States Army, and as such, they're able to carry up to 36,000 pounds. And so you can imagine it's really useful trucking system so that the United States Army doesn't have to rely on civilian trucks or commercial off-the-shelf trucks to carry container cargo. These trucks are specifically designed so that they can load as much as they can for the US Army, so that they can quickly transport all their logistical items such as repair items or critical supply items and so forth to the battlefield or to some base as a normal routine resupplying run. These trucks have a very unique look, with the truck head more like a triangular shape, if you will, and again they're mainly used to carry containers, intermodal containers to be exact, which are typically what you see on the roads in the highways where they're hauling all sorts of goods. And in this particular system, it is really much the same thing as the civilian, that they are hauling all types of goods in those containers. Alright, fact 3. Material handling crane. For anyone who works with containers, these metal large containers, people realize you need cranes to lift them onto a truck bed and also to lift them off. And so the designers of the Palletized Load System took that into account, and there's a variant of the Palletized Load System truck where it self-contains a material handling crane. If you think about it, suppose you have to resupply a forward operating base where it's a remote location. It makes no sense to bring a huge crane just to lift off the container from the truck. And so it makes total sense that these trucks also come with a crane itself, so that once they reach its destination, they can lift the container up and set it onto the ground. At the same time, if they need to pick up a container from somewhere, you don't want an additional crane to be accompanying the truck. The truck itself will have a crane in order to lift the container up and then carry it on its flatbed and move it to its destination of target. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Fact 4. 20-foot containers. One interesting fact about these Palletized Load System trucks is that they can only take up to 20-foot containers. It's very weird because generally containers in the civilian world are at least 40 foot. Some even go up to 52 foot. Most of the times you see on the highway it is 52 or two 40-foot containers. And so I'm not too sure why they limit themselves to only 20-foot containers. If you think about it, 20-foot containers is essentially half of the standard 40-foot container that the civilians use in cargo ships and tractor trailers. One possible reason that the United States Army decided to haul 20-footers rather than 40-footers could be the fact that these trucks need to go into combat or remote locations and having such a long container may not make sense. In the civilian world, trucks and cargo ships always navigate between well-established routes with good paved roads or good established seaways. In this particular situation, these trucks may need to go into remote locations that doesn't make sense for a 40-footer. Alright, let's get into the next and final fact. Autonomous program. With a lot of autonomous vehicle programs out there, the United States Army is also keen to convert these palletized load systems to fully autonomous versions. What you're seeing here is a test bed. Basically, this particular truck is designated as the autonomous vehicle program so that they can automatically load and transport 20-foot intermodal containers between US Army points of interest. The US Army would like these trucks to be operated autonomously, and that makes total sense because if you think about it, the #1 killer for truck drivers is fatigue. And for US Army personnel who has to drive these trucks over long distances, they may have the same problem. And so it makes good sense that the United States Army is currently actively looking to how to autonomously create and automate these trucks so that they can drive themselves to a destination without human intervention. If you think about it, if they can achieve such a functionality, then they could run logistical resupply trucking systems 24/7 because these machines would not need to sleep and they could continue ferrying cargo to and from locations without any interruptions. And it could greatly increase the supplies and the base operations. Alright, that's it for my video today. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.